Hi everyone! I set out on this assignment this week by reading the instructions as well as the assigned readings for the week. Before I began, I thoroughly read through the story and took notes of the information I wanted to convey. I may not know that much about baseball, but I do know that Cal Ripken is a name that is synonymous with the game. Given his stature as a part of the game, I wanted to be sure that the pictures conveyed his importance. In reading The Steps to Photo Editing by Laura Rule, I discovered how to look at photos in a different way. This helped me in identifying my 5 categories. This story talks about his final farewell and the end of an era. What I found attracted me to these pictures is the emotions that are apparent in not only his expression, but those who care deeply about the game and him as a person. I tried to look for the images that were visually interesting and a combination of close-up and distant shots, as well as single and group shots. In particular, I looked for good contrast in lighting. I also looked for an interesting variety of different angle shots. The categories I selected are ceremony, family, fans, teammates, and farewell. I selected categories that I believe portray the story of his popularity and impact. Moving on to my first category that I selected, which is ceremony. I chose this title because I felt like it represented the beginning of the story. My second category is his family, because of the role that they play in his life. I thought it was important to show the many facets of his life. I only wish that they would have had a picture of his father, since his father was mentioned throughout most of the story. Moving along to my third category, which is his fans. Clearly this group is important because they actually pay to see him. Their passion is a big part of his notoriety. My fourth category are his teammates. Given that it's a team sport, they are a big part of his success. And my fifth and final category is his farewell. I felt like this category really sums up his career. The 5 images that I chose display the dimensions of his life. These images show that he is not just one-dimensional. For the category of the ceremony, the image that I selected is his final lap, because I felt like it represents the closing out of his career. I feel like this image would have been better suited as a panoramic, because it would have provided a wider view of the fans and better show the emotions on their faces. For the category of family, the image that I selected is of him and his family. I found this image really expressed the pride his family has for him. You can see Cal and his 2 children in the forefront and his wife in the background. I feel like this is an effective tight shot because Cal and his family appear to be very close. For the category of his fans, there was only one image, but I felt it was a powerful one and worth calling separately. This image shows the love his fans have for him in the game. I thought it was effective how the one fan is prominent in the center holding the sign, but that you can see the other fans in the background. I feel like it gives you a sense of the magnitude of support for him. For the category of his teammates, I chose the image of him embracing his teammate Murray. One thing that is effective about this image is the fact that you cannot see Murray's face, so it directs your attention to only focus on Cal's expression and the intensity of their embrace. For my final category of farewell, I selected a simple image of Cal walking off with one of his teammates. This image is simplistic, so that the person viewing it can feel the emotion and focus on the image of a teammate walking off with him one last time. I think it's effective that you can't see their faces, because you are left to imagine, are they smiling or crying? The fans appear to be blurred so that you don't focus on their emotions but only Cal. For my headline image, I chose the picture of Cal walking off with his teammate off the field. Out of my 5 images, I selected this one because it leaves the viewer to imagine his emotion as he ends this chapter of his life.